Evening, sir. I'm Officer Daniels with Missouri Valley PD. Reason for the stop's your taillight out. Can I see your license and registration, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me.
There are things you will not understand easily.
Vehicle for me.
There are things you will not understand easily.
September 23rd, 2023, 6:47 a.m. Security camera mounted on the corner of Elmwood Drive and Parker Street in Des Moines, Iowa, captures a woman in her early 40s walking alone. Amanda Sullivan, 42 years old, elementary school teacher at Riverside Elementary, has walked this exact route every single morning for 11 years. 0.8 miles from her apartment to the bus stop on Washington Avenue. Same sidewalk, same time, 6:45 a.m. without fail. What she doesn't know as she passes beneath that second-floor window is that for the last 22 days, someone has been timing her footsteps. In the next few minutes of this video, you're going to see footage that law enforcement held back for 8 months. You're going to learn what investigators found in apartment 2B, and the question isn't what happened to Amanda Sullivan, but why he let her walk past his window 21 times before he decided she was ready. This is the story of how an 11-year routine became a death sentence, and when you see what was written on page 73 of his notebook, you'll understand why Amanda's children still don't know the full story of what happened to their mother. Here's what everyone thought happened. New tenant moves into the building, sees attractive woman walking by every morning, develops obsession, follows her one day, crime of opportunity. Random, tragic, but explainable. Police even said it in the initial press conference. Wrong place, wrong time. That's what made sense. That's what the neighborhood wanted to believe, because if it was random, then it couldn't be prevented. And if it couldn't be prevented, then you didn't have to change anything about your own routine. Wait, that's not what happened. Not even close. Because Travis Brennan didn't just move into any apartment in Des Moines, he specifically requested apartment 2B. He viewed it on August 28th, signed the lease on August 29th, moved in on September 1st. The landlord said he was the perfect tenant, paid 3 months up front in cash, no questions, no complaints. But apartment 2B had one specific feature that made it perfect. The living room window faced directly onto Elmwood Drive. From that window, you could see exactly 340 feet of sidewalk. Amanda walked that 340 feet every single morning. Remember that number, 340 feet. In 3 minutes, you'll understand why that distance mattered more than anything else. Who was Amanda Sullivan? Mother of 2. Kyle, 9 years old, and Sophie, 6 years old. Every morning she woke up at 5:30 a.m., made breakfast, packed 2 lunch boxes, walked her kids to her mother's house 4 blocks away because school didn't start until 8:15 and her shift at Riverside Elementary started at 7:30. She had been doing this exact routine since September 2012. 11 years of the same route, same time, same everything. Her coworkers said she was reliable, never called in sick, never complained, always showed up. Her students loved her. 3rd grade classroom, room 108. She had a keychain, bright yellow with a small sun charm that her daughter Sophie had given her for her birthday. She kept it attached to her work bag, the brown leather messenger bag she carried every single day. Hold on to that detail. The yellow keychain. You'll see why it matters. Travis Brennan, 38 years old, unemployed. But that doesn't explain how he paid 3 months' rent up front. Doesn't explain the 2013 Toyota Camry registered in his name, paid in full. Travis had worked as a data analyst until March 2023, made decent money, saved most of it. No family in Iowa. No friends that investigators could find. His former employer said he was quiet, competent. His contract just wasn't renewed, and he didn't apply anywhere else. And on August 7th, 2023, he found what he was looking for. Elmwood Drive, Des Moines. Building with vacant apartment. Elementary school teacher. Consistent routine. Perfect sightline. In apartment 2B, on the small desk near the window, investigators found a notebook. Black composition notebook. 73 pages, every single page filled with handwriting. Page 1. Amanda's full name, her age, her employer. Page 2. Her address. Page 3. Her children's names, their ages, their school. Page 4, her mother's address. Page 5 through 11, time logs. September 1st, 6:44 a.m. September 2nd, 6:46 a.m. September 3rd, 6:45 a.m. Every single day, the exact time she walked past his window. Page 12, a hand-drawn map of her route with distances marked. Page 23, notes about her bag. Brown leather messenger bag, yellow keychain visible on left strap. Page 28, observations. Looks at phone while walking, doesn't look up, walks fast, never stops. Page 31, sketches of the street layout, building positions, camera angles, blind spots marked in red. Page 58, a single sentence. She never varies. Page 61, another sentence. Completely predictable. Page 67, another. Ready soon. Page 73, one word. October. Keep that word in your mind. October. Because it's September 23rd when everything changes and October is 8 days away. September 23rd, 2023. Let me break down exactly what the security footage shows because every single frame matters. The camera is mounted 22 feet above street level on the corner of Elmwood and Parker, covering the intersection. This footage exists because a local business owner installed it after a break-in 2 years ago. This single piece of footage becomes the foundation of everything because investigators later verify this pattern. The business owner keeps 30 days of rolling footage. Detectives subpoena all of it. Every single morning from September 1st to September 22nd, the exact same thing happens. Light turns on within seconds of Amanda entering frame. Silhouette appears at window, watches her walk past. Silhouette disappears, light turns off. 22 days, 22 mornings. But September 23rd is different. The silhouette stays at the window for 9 seconds after she's gone. The light stays on for another 16 seconds after the silhouette moves away. Something changed that morning, and Amanda Sullivan never made it to the bus stop. She was reported missing at 11:47 a.m. when the school called her emergency contact. Police immediately start searching. By 2 p.m., they're canvassing the apartment building at 1847 Elmwood Drive, talking to neighbors. That's when residents start mentioning the new tenant in apartment 2B. 3 different people tell police the same story. Mrs. Helen Park, 67 years old, lives in apartment 3A directly above Travis. Says she's seen him at that window dozens of times, always between 6:40 and 7 a.m., always just standing there watching the street. Michael Chen, 34 years old, apartment 1C, says the guy from 2B is extremely quiet, avoids eye contact, seems nervous whenever anyone is in the hallway. Jerry Matthews, 52 years old, maintenance worker, tells police that the tenant specifically requested apartment 2B, turned down 2 other available units that were larger and cheaper, insisted on 2B, paid 3 months up front in cash. Police knock on apartment 2B at 3:14 p.m. No answer. They speak with the landlord, explain the situation. Landlord confirms the tenant is Travis Brennan, moved in September 1st, very quiet. Police explain they're investigating a missing person who walks past this apartment every morning, and multiple residents have mentioned the tenant stands at his window at that exact time every day. Landlord agrees to let police do a wellness check. They enter apartment 2B at 3:47 p.m. Travis isn't there, but what they find turns this from a missing person case into something far worse. The notebook is on the desk by the window, right there in plain view. 73 pages of surveillance documentation. They find the laptop with photo files, hundreds of photos taken from that window showing Amanda walking past on different days, all time-stamped. They find printouts of maps with routes marked, notes about camera blind spots. This is obsessive surveillance. Police immediately secure the lift to apartment as a crime scene and make a crucial tactical decision. They plant audio surveillance devices in the apartment. 2 listening devices, 1 near the desk, 1 in the bedroom. This is legal under exigent circumstances. There's a missing person. They have probable cause to believe the occupant has information or involvement, and he might return and say something incriminating. The devices are active by 7:30 p.m. on September 23rd. Police issue a bolo for Travis Brennan and his vehicle, silver 2013 Toyota Camry. They set up surveillance outside the building, unmarked cars, waiting to see if he comes back. But he doesn't. September 24th, September 25th, September 26th pass. The audio devices pick up nothing because Travis never returns. Amanda's family is on the news pleading for information. Her children don't understand where mommy is. Then, on September 27th, 11:42 a.m., Des Moines Police Department receives a call. Anonymous, male voice, payphone at a truck stop on Interstate 80. The caller says 7 words. Check the grain facility on Route 69. Call disconnects. Police send officers to check. The old grain processing facility on Route 69 is massive, 3 stories, abandoned since 2018. Officers do a preliminary walkthrough that afternoon, checking obvious areas. They don't find anything immediately suspicious, and they don't have enough probable cause to do a comprehensive search based solely on an anonymous tip. But investigators keep that recording of the anonymous call. Standard procedure. September 28th, 2:17 p.m. A maintenance worker doing a pre-demolition inspection at the same grain facility calls 911. He found a car inside the loading bay, silver Toyota Camry. License plate matches Travis Brennan's vehicle. Police arrive at 2:34 p.m. and search everything. They find the Toyota, doors unlocked, keys in ignition, interior recently cleaned, strong smell of disinfectant. In the trunk, wrapped in plastic sheeting, Amanda Sullivan's brown leather messenger bag. The yellow keychain is still attached. Her wallet, phone, ID, everything inside. But Amanda isn't there. Police spend 6 hours searching the entire facility. At 8:51 p.m., in a second-floor maintenance room at the far back of the building, they find her. Amanda Sullivan is on the concrete floor in the corner of the room. She's fully clothed, wearing the same blue jacket and black pants from the security footage, but she's not alive. Medical examiner arrives. Preliminary assessment indicates she's been dead for approximately 4 to 5 days. Cause of death appears to be asphyxiation. Ligature marks on neck. No defensive wounds. No signs of sexual assault. Time of death estimated between September 23rd and September 24th. She died within hours of being taken, and next to her body, positioned carefully where she would have seen it, is the yellow keychain. Now, police have Amanda's body, Travis's vehicle at the scene, the notebook from his apartment proving obsessive surveillance. But they don't have Travis. And this is where investigators start putting pieces together. They have the security footage showing the silhouette watching Amanda. They have the notebook proving 22 days of documented surveillance. They have the vehicle and Amanda's belongings at the location where her body was found. And they have that anonymous call from September 27th directing police to the grain facility. Detectives pull that recording and start analyzing it. They need to know who made that call, because whoever made it knew where Amanda's body was. Investigators had been collecting any audio samples they could find of Travis's voice. They talked to the landlord, neighbors. Jerry Matthews, the maintenance worker, remembers when Travis first moved in, Jerry said hello and mentioned maintenance services. Travis responded, "Thanks, I appreciate that." Very calm voice, very even, no emotion. Investigators also check if Travis had made any utility calls. They find one hit. On September 15th, Travis called the building's internet service provider to set up his account. That call was recorded for quality assurance. It's only 90 seconds long, Travis giving his name, address, account information. But it's his voice, clearly speaking full sentences. Police subpoena that recording. Forensic audio specialists take the internet service call and compare it to the anonymous tip call from September 27th. The anonymous call is only 7 words. Check the grain facility on Route 69. So it's a limited sample. But specialists run it through voice analysis software, comparing pitch, cadence, speech patterns, vocal characteristics. Result comes back. 89% probability, same speaker. Not enough to be definitive in court on its own, but enough to tell investigators that Travis Brennan very likely made that call, directing police to where he left Amanda's body. Why would he do that? The question haunts investigators, but it also tells them something critical. Travis wants to be found. He's waiting. So, police keep the bolo active and wait for him to make a mistake. October 1st, 2023, 4:47 p.m. Iowa State Patrol trooper conducts a routine traffic stop on Highway 30 near Missouri Valley, Iowa, 103 miles northwest of Des Moines. Vehicle is a silver 2013 Toyota Camry. Driver failed to signal a lane change. Trooper approaches, body camera recording. He asks for license and registration. Driver hands over his ID. Travis Brennan. The name is on the statewide bolo for kidnapping and murder. Trooper's body camera captures the exact moment he processes this. He stays completely calm. "Mr. Brennan, I need you to step out of the vehicle, please." Travis complies without resistance. Trooper calls for backup, keeps Travis standing by the vehicle. Travis doesn't run, doesn't argue. Backup arrives within 4 minutes. Body camera footage shows Travis being handcuffed, completely cooperative. And as they're walking him to the patrol car, one officer says, "You know why you're being detained, beyond the traffic violation?" And Travis, his voice clear on the body camera audio, says one sentence: "There are things you won't understand easily." Not, "What are you talking about?" Not, "I didn't do anything." Just, "There are things you won't understand easily." Like he's